Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is another episode of About Crypto. We got a very special guest on today. We got Scott Melker. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Living the dream.
Dude, oh yeah, in Corona land, right?
It seems to be rapidly increasing around here for sure. They're saying that Florida is the next epicenter. Seems that way if you believe the numbers, which I happen to be one of those rare people who actually does. Uh,
Yeah,
so yeah, I think it's getting a lot worse around here.
yeah, I'm in the same boat, and I'm in New York, so it's the protests and everything, kind of in the same boat as you right now. So,
Yeah, for sure.
so just to start out, how'd you get into crypto?
Kind of the same way that I think a lot of people did, which was I was already trading, and you started hearing of this mythical land of 10x's and 100x's and like crazy volume and liquidity and all these ridiculous pumps. And so I definitely came for the money as a trader, and then sort of stayed for the tech and the maximalism to some degree. You know what I mean? I reverse engineered it and backed my way into sort of believing in it. But I definitely came in, just as an opportunity, late 2016, early 2017. So I guess I timed it well in that regard, totally late versus the people who were in like 2010, 2012. But, I definitely caught enough of it that I was pretty pleased. That's really it. I mean, I just really came in as a trader.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You were also like a big DJ too, right?
Yeah, I DJed for about 20 years. I always had like a million side hustles and little companies I started, and there was always trading and stuff, but music, producing, and DJing were the core of definitely what I did. And it was a struggle, I guess, from like 2000 to 2006. And then I sort of like things picked up from there. And I kept pretty after it till about 2015 when I sort of slowed it down. But it was amazing, man. I wouldn't trade 1 minute of it for sure.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. So what are some tips you have for people just starting out trading?
I think you definitely need to understand the market that you're trading. I think a lot of people come in with the sort of the get rich quick mentality and end up just getting absolutely rinsed. It's just a statistical fact that most people who try to trade are going to lose all of their money, and they're going to do it fast. It's not even going to take long enough they're going to blink and their money's going to be gone. So, I mean, if I was saying how to get into the crypto market, I would say come in as an investor, like take the money that you can afford to lose that's on the side, buy some Bitcoin, buy something you believe in, and forget about it for a really, really long time, because the further you zoom in, the shorter your time frame becomes, the more likely you are to make more trades, which is just a more opportunity to lose. The more you trade, the more you lose. It's just the way it is, and even for, I think, pro traders, you know, you kind of, it's a wash for like, 19 out of 20 trades. And then you have that one trade that goes crazy and you have the balls to hold it. And that's where you make all your money, or at least that's how I approach it. So I think your average like new person is just going to kind of have that FOMO, want to be in the market all the time. It never closes. And they're just going to like spaz in and out of every position, every tweet they see, sell this, buy that, not even accounting for fees and realizing that if they had just sat in one thing, they probably would have made more money, So I really think it's about understanding, that you're not going to make a ton of money or hit the jackpot or lottery, and that this Robinhood bullshit that everybody's pulling is not going to last forever. It's just not the way it is. It just doesn't, it's never been that way historically, and almost the worst thing that can happen for like a new trader is to walk into a rally like that and think you're a genius, like every one of these dudes on Robinhood is like, this is the easiest thing ever. I'm the smartest trader alive. This is easy. You know what I mean? And that never lasts. So I would say move slow, only the classic, only, invest money you can afford to lose, and really learn risk management and how to manage a portfolio before you start trying to actively trade the market.
Absolutely, man. Do you think we're going to see a lot of these Robinhood traders come over to crypto?
No, I think they're going to be broke.
Absolutely.
I think the stock market will take care of them before we ever get a chance to abuse them over on our side. But it's sad but true. And I don't want to see people lose money, but I can't imagine them, the only reason they would come here is if things go badly there. And if things go badly there, they probably won't have the money to trade here,
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, I would be hopeful that in general we can attract more attention with time. I think that 2017 hurt this market a lot as far as like, bringing in new people and new blood. I think that most people still have that sort of negative stigma of it, the huge drop and the bubble bursting, and so many people who got excited about it for like 1 month lost so much money and will probably never touch it again. So I think it's like a pretty hard uphill battle. I do think we'll get there. Also, I don't think like we need people to be trading it to be a successful market. I think that it does have the real use case with all this hyperinflation, infinite QE, all this garbage that we see happening with these governments. I think that Bitcoin is definitely becoming more of a like buy a little bit and hold it and hope you don't need it kind of scenario. And so a lot of those people I think will come along and put their 1-2% into it and call it a day and not overtrade the market. But yeah, I think these Robinhood traders, I mean, the market doesn't just go up forever. You know what I mean? And it's not like they're using stop losses or understand risk management. And I mean, we saw it 2017, almost everyone who was like a paper millionaire went down to having like 20 grand in their account, just every day. It's like, I guess I could sell here, but it's going to bounce and go right back. Yeah. And it doesn't,
Yeah, absolutely, man. Are there any exchanges that you would suggest trading on in crypto? I'm sure you've been through a bunch of them.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely been through all of them. Like, I generally think people should steer away from leverage, except especially new traders. I trade on Femex when I trade leverage, which honestly, man, I had such bad experiences with BitMEX through 2017 and early 2018. It really is just like an unregulated casino. They're just cheating their customers and stuff that I had very little trust in that whole side of the space. You don't need leverage to make money. So I just kind of like opted out of that whole side of trading. But I was lucky enough, I guess you get to like a certain level, whether it's just Twitter followers or whatever, where you can kind of like have upper level conversations with the teams and stuff.
Mm.
And so, everybody, they start to approach you. And all the way up to the CEO, I got a great feeling for everyone there. I said, listen, I'll test you guys out. Like, I'll try it. And they've been extremely receptive to feedback. I haven't heard much negativity, so I'll ride it as long as that remains the case. For spot, I trade on Voyager, which is no fee. They're a publicly traded company in Canada. Your fiat is FDIC insured. It's like a real company.
Yeah,
like
real companies are great in crypto.
like the exchange doesn't go down when I want to trade on it. And so I've been really, really happy there. They have their challenges as well. They don't have the breadth of orders that types that I would necessarily like. So for me, it's more of like swing trading and longer trades there. I wouldn't day trade on it. And they have a spread, to accommodate for there being no fees. There's a bit of a spread. So it's a bit harder to fill like as a day trader, but it's an amazing exchange, super slick interface, really easy. It's just on your phone, and so those are the two that I generally focus on. I still trade alts in all kinds of various places with VPNs and all the, crypto garbage that we have to go through. But, I try not to keep too much on those exchanges just in case. I mean, I'm pretty serious about my security. So either I'm like somewhere hiding it in DeFi, trying to earn interest. I hold a lot of stable coins. And then otherwise it's like, hardware wallet hit with my keys split in half in multiple safety deposit boxes and shit. I don't really play.
That's awesome, man.
And I've been hacked, and it's terrible. So once you go through that, even though I didn't lose anything, you start to take it really, really, really seriously.
Yeah. And what do you actually suggest for that, like as far as wallets are concerned?
So, I mean, at the moment, I still I have a couple ledgers, but there's a new one I'm really interested in that I actually just bought on like the Indiegogo that they're raising money now. It's called Ngrave, Ngrave. And it's like, I mean, it's badass. It looks amazing. So, much more simplified. It's totally like cold. Like you never have to connect it to the internet. You don't need a USB cord. you'll be able to like go directly from exchange. Like if you're trading, you'll be able to move like with a few clicks of a button off exchange without plugging in, and then go back when you want to sell right to the exchange. And dude, it just looks like the future. You know what I mean? Like I think they like pitches that it's like the coldest wallet or something. And they were like, when they started their Indiegogo, I think the first 100 people, it was $200 instead of $400 or something. So I jumped on it really fast. So I'm pretty excited about that. Also, they your private keys, I think they come in metal, like in two plates that connect, or like you overlay one, like so it's a code that nobody with one plate can get your private keys unless you have both and know how to put them together. Like they've really thought of everything. So
yeah, that's awesome. Don't they have biometrics on it too?
I think so. Yeah, it's
Sick.
got like some kind of biometrics and like light sensitivity. I don't know. It's crazy, but
007 like hardware wallet.
I mean, if you're gonna do it,
do it all the way.
You know, like so they definitely make it so somebody would have to like have a gun to your head and get into all your shit to be able to steal your crypto, which by the way is totally possible. But you know, make it at least as hard as possible for someone to steal your money.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I guess we're gonna wrap it up now, and I really appreciate you coming on. I'm just wondering where people can find you.
I'm easy to find. I'm at Scott Melker on Twitter, and everything else is linked to there. You know, everything I do is basically some sort of weird offshoot of my Twitter account. So you can definitely always find me there, man.
Sweet. Thanks again, Scott.